Dear students, welcome to the lesson of indices and cube root. In this, indices is known to you. The laws of indices you have already studied. You also have a very good idea about square root, and the lesson is having the concept of cube root. So we will have a general idea and the concept about how can we go ahead with the cube root. Let us recall actually what we know before. This is what I said about laws of indices, where you studied mainly 7 laws, where it was connected with the index or power of a number, where you are having on screen whatever you have learned before. You can pause the video and try to recollect and remember whatever you have learned about the indices and laws of indices in previous years, because that will be helpful for you to understand a part of this chapter. Okay, I think you will pause the video and go through this law which you have already studied. There is something new for you. What is that? When we talk about index of a number, power of a number, normally we used natural numbers, and even in the law we used 0 also, and very rarely we used negative numbers. This chapter is dealing a little bit more. What is that? That more or new is about this part, what is called rational indices. What is it? Indices having rational number, index in P upon Q format. This is new. Lekin, you have already used this unknowingly last year. What is that? When we say 5 into 5, which is equal to 25, which was the beginning of our study of square root and squares, and we wrote square root of 25 is equal to 5. Correct? This is what you studied already. Now, we can present the square root of 25 in the form of 25 raised to 1 upon 2, 25 to the power of 1 upon 2. This representation, where index is written in the form of P upon Q, is what is mentioned here. Rational indices, 1 upon n format, या P upon Q format में indices. Understood? That means it indicates about square root, and if it is, this is the case, 5 into 5 into 5, which is equal to 125, very simple. That means cube root of, we read this as, this one is, we read as square root. Right? Here we will write, read it as cube root of 125 is equal to 5. Matlab 5 into 5 into 5 is 125. Cube root of 125 is 3, means that number which on multiplying itself 3 times you will get 125 is nothing but 5. And if we have to represent this in the form of rational indices, we will represent it like this. I think the matter is clear to you. This is one aspect you are studying as new now. Keep this in mind. And the chapter is not going much further. It limits your knowledge to presentation of cube root and finding cube root by prime factorization and all. The chapter is quite easy, but a structural chapter it is. Let us go ahead. First exercise is given to you, where you will be writing it in the form of index form. Fifth root of 13 is asked here. 5th रूट, तो मुझे मालूम है आप ऐसा लिखेंगे 13 उसका 5th रूट लिखना है, और this is the normal way of writing. Then you can write 13 in text form में 1 upon. Correct? एक्सरसाइज से पूरा करेगा तो आपको आपकी ताकत कैसे बनेगी. Write in the form of nth root of a in each of the following. Write in the form of nth root of a in each of the following numbers. So this is nth root formation. This is in text form. This is in text form. This is nth root. So here it is given in index. Given in index form. Given in text form. तो आपको root form में दिखाना है. मतलब 100 in its 19th root. आंसर है कि आपको ढूंढना है. ऐसा एक नंबर चाहिए जो 19 टाइम्स करेगा, itself मल्टीप्लाई करने के बाद 100 मिलता है. Again I am telling structure of presentation of cube and cube root बता रहा है. This is exercise. We will do the rest. Another, the meaning of numbers having index in the rational form. Again same thing, m upon n form. There are certain meaning concept here. ये आपको थोड़ा ध्यान से समझना है. Application बहुत कम है, but एक presentation समझना है. Look at this. Cube root of 64 is 4. कुछ डाउट नहीं है. उसका मतलब क्या है? 4 into 4 into 4 is equal to 64. Correct? No doubt. That means cube root of 64 can be written in index form like this. 64 raised to 1 upon 3 is equal to 4. उसमें भी आपको डाउट नहीं. 64 is equal to 8 square is equal to 24. 8 square is equal to 64. इसमें भी आपको डाउट नहीं है. मतलब ये जो 64 है आपको चाहिए तो 8 to the power of 2 लिख सकता है. तो मैं लिखता हूँ 64 raised to 1 upon 3 or 64 to the power of 1 upon 3, which we read as cube root of 64, can be written as, where 64 can be written in 8 square format. It becomes like this. आपको वीडियो स्टॉप करके समझ के जाने को परमिशन है. And we know that the answer is 4. Correct? Then we have studied a law in indices. 8 to the power of n, 8 to the power of m whole power n to the power of n. 8 to the power of m to the power of n means 8 to the power of m into n. So that we can apply here. Where we will apply that? We will apply it here. This is m in this case, this is n in this case. So what we will write? We will write m into n, 2 into 1 upon 3, which can be written as 8 to the power of 2 upon 3. And it looks like this. And the answer will be again 4. No doubt. And how will we read this now? We started with cube root of 64. Now we ended with 8 in such a way that cube root of square of 8 is 4. Matlab, we read it like this. First this way. Cube root of square of 8 is 4. ठीक है? इतना आपको समझना है, समझ के रखना है. We'll go ahead. Another case. Cube root of 8 is 2. 2 into 2, 4, 4 2s are 8. Which can be written as 8 to the power of 1 upon 3, which is equal to 2. Just like 64 to the power of 1 upon 3 is 4, 8 to the power of 1 upon 3 is equal to 2. If it is the case, if we take the square of 8 to the power of 1 upon 3, we are taking the square of this one, which is written here. So it will naturally become 2 square, which is written here, which will become, the answer will become 4. ठीक है, इतना समय में we are applying the same rule of a to the power mn. मैंने शॉर्टकट मारे मतलब this is can be represented in this format. तो कैसे लिखेंगे? We will write 8 to the power of 1 upon 3 into 2. Similar जैसे पहले लिखा था. This is m for the sake and this is n in that case. And if we further write 8 to the power of 2 upon 3. तो दोनों में फर्क क्या है? Both are looking same, but explanation में difference आया. There we started with cube root of 64 is 4, ended with cube root of square of 8 is 4. And if you look at this particular location very closely, this much and this much, order में difference. Answer में difference नहीं, order में difference. So we have to read this as, there we started with cube root, which is on the right hand. Here we have to start with square of cube root of 8 is 4. There it is, cube root of square of 8 is 4. Here square of cube root of 8 is 4. Square of cube root of 8. Here cube root of square of 8 is 4. Both are same. That is why the heading meaning of numbers having index in rational form. Meaning में थोड़ा difference. Meaning अपने आप को अपने हिसाब से निकाल सकते हैं. Just an क्या बोलते हैं structural study जैसा है. So we conclude that cube root of square of 8 and square of cube root of 8 both are same. Cube root of square of 8 and square of cube root of 8 are same. इसके ऊपर आपको एक general conclusion है. Whenever we write 8 to the power 1 upon n, we should see that nth root of mth power of a. What is it? Nth root of, ये जो 1 upon n है ना, ये root का ही बात करना पड़ेगा. Nth root of mth power of a. When this is inside and m is outside, that means not a rational number, then we will say that mth power, there will be mth power here. So when it is not in rational format, we will say mth power of nth root of a. ये आपको समझना है. और दिखने में दोनों सेम है. Answer may be same. If you substitute values, answer also will be same. So whenever there is rational format, it will be read as nth root. If it is not rational format, 1 upon n format, we will read it simply as power. This is what is the fundamental here. Going ahead, this is your exercise. First one is already done for you by the textbook authorities. I am not going to do anything. Why? Because only 4 are left for you. गलत होगा, लेकिन आप करेंगे, check करेंगे, correct करेंगे. Both. One is to write in rational indices form. The other one is rational indices is given. You have to write in power of the root of the power के form में लिखना है. Just now वीडियो पीछे खींचेगा, जो पीछे दिखाया वो आपको बार बार देख के इसका आंसर करेक्ट करके चेक करना है. Going ahead. Coming to the topic cube and cube root. अभी हम जो कर रहे थे अलग चीज था. Now this is different. You have the concept of cube very clear. This is the 17 cube and this is the answer. When it is a negative number, to negative positive, again negative, the answer will be negative. If it is having decimal number, 02 into 0 to 4 decimal point, again to 6 decimal point, 2, 4, 6. Whenever the question comes cube root, 5 into 5 is equal to 25, cube root of 25 is 5. Cube root, square root of 25 is 5. If it is 5 into 5 into 5, 125, cube root is So 3 makes a set. Here is a sample 1728. One set, two set, same numbers. All these will be cubes. Cube root will be single of it. And you have 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12 as an answer. Simple representation of cube root. Simple representation of cube and cube root. अच्छा से समझ के रखना, काम में आएगा. Exercise on this one. First one is find the cube root of the following. 3 0 है, 8 दिया है. This one. You have to convert that into get the cube root. 20 will be the cube root, I know. आपको prime factorization कर सकते हैं, but which you have studied. You can divide that. You can do anything, but reach to prime and then make set of 3. Reach to prime and make set of 3. Or wherever you make set of 3, you will get the answer. It should be at last set of 3. Numbers, same numbers multiplied. Here, simplify. Simplify in the sense that you can get the answer like this. For example, we know that cube root of 27 and 125 is asked. Which number on multiplying 3 times 27 you will get? It is 3. Which number on multiplying 3 times you will get 125? Already know 5. So simplifying it. Minimum exercise, minimum practice दिया है आपको. So you should take care of that. I don't want to adulterate और उसमें पानी नहीं डाल.